Ever since 1192, Japan had been run by the shogunate system. This was a system where the country's political power belonged to a shogun, a hereditary dictator. Emperors were still around during the shogunate, but shoguns had all of the samurai, so the emperor had no real power and acted only as a figurehead. In the shogunate, Japan was under the Bakuhan system, which is a mixture between Bakufu, meaning a shogun's administration, and Han, meaning fiefs. In this feudal system, power was not centralized. Instead, shoguns controlled the daimyos, who acted as local leaders in their own land. Up until the Meiji era, Japan had been inside of the Edo period, a period in time that lasted for 250 years, where Japan was under the control of the Tokugawa shogunate, a clan of people who would become shoguns. The Tokugawa shogunate had gained their power after they won a civil war, and to protect this newfound power, enacted a bunch of reforms inside of Japan, one of them being the Sakoku isolationist policy, a policy which would completely close off Japan to any foreign commerce or interactions. In the Edo period, society followed a 5-level hierarchy, with the emperor on top, followed by the shoguns and daimyos, then the samurai, then the peasants and artisans, and finally the merchants at the bottom, as they didn't produce anything. However, with the spread of European and Western powers, the Sakoku system would eventually fall. In 1853, a fleet of American ships commanded by Commodore Matthew Perry sailed to Tokyo and demanded they open their ports for trade. They basically boasted their gigantic military might and forced Japan to adhere to several unfair trade deals in the Treaty of Kanagawa. This technique would be later called as the gunboat diplomacy.